Let's talk about one of the hottest real estate investments right now in 2025, and it's going to carry through to 2026 as well. Of course, we're talking about industrial outdoor storage. Now, I know this doesn't sound glamorous, right? But here's the secret. In 2025, it's quietly becoming one of the hottest, most profitable asset classes in commercial real estate. Investors are chasing it. Companies are scrambling for it. And if you know where to look for it, it's going to change your portfolio. When you hear people in the real estate investment world talking about iOS, they're not talking about their cell phone. They're talking about industrial outdoor storage. Trailer parking, container storage, or maybe construction materials or contractor equipment. It's really just simple land, often minimally developed, but strategically located near ports, highways, or logistics hubs. The simplicity of the asset class is really what makes it valuable, and I'm going to go into here's why. The bottom line is it's land, and they're not making any more of it. Metro industrial land is actually shrinking because of redevelopment into housing or to commercial space, which is actually booming right now. So less land equals more demand equals higher prices. Next, we have strong demand and high yields. iOS rents have surged by 123% since 2020, and it's all fueled by tight supply and demand from logistics users. And due to this demand, savvy investors realize the potential to deliver higher yields compared to traditional warehouse property. Next, we have it's resilient through cycles. Transportation and construction and logistics never stop. That's why iOS will always stay in demand. The next reason we have is one that we've been dealing with for a while, and that's e-commerce, because the change from retail stores to online shopping further drives this demand. The companies need staging areas, they need fleet parking and last mile delivery zones. iOS gives them exactly that. It's fast, it's flexible, and close to where the goods need to be delivered. And yet another reason investors love iOS, probably my main reason, lower cost, higher returns. Unlike warehouses, iOS doesn't need expensive construction or fancy interiors. You have less walls, which means less maintenance, and still strong cash flow. You know, I normally don't like competition, but in this case, I'm going to deal with it because institutional money is flowing in. And what it's doing, it's creating to where this is just not a niche market anymore. It's becoming very mainstream. Private equity institutional investors are diving in. That pushes values higher. This influx of capital indicates a strong institutional investor interest in the sector, which creates long-term viability. Next, we have sticky tenants. What I mean by that is I like to see the tenants invest into the property. And if they're putting money into security or fencing or lighting or even utility hookups, you know, this can get pretty expensive. This can get up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. It makes them sticky. It ensures long-term occupancy. And myself as an investor, I love that. Next, we have strategic locations, and they equal premium rents. And location matters when it comes to iOS because it typically needs to be near ports or rail lines or highways. These prime locations command top rents because it saves time and money when it comes to the tenant's operations. Next, we have scarcity plus demand equal opportunity, and that's simply because some cities often don't want outdoor storage. So they've created barriers to entry, such as tight zoning hurdles that are very real. That makes existing iOS sites rare, but also very valuable. Of course, they're a risk, but they are manageable. No investment is risk-free, so before investing in iOS, you have to ask yourself, how is a site surfaced? Is it asphalt? Is it concrete? Is it gravel? What's the load capacity? Is it fenced? Is it gated? Is it well lit? That's a big one. Can trucks move in and out easily? With careful planning, these are just challenges, not deal breakers. So let's talk about the beauty of iOS. It's very simple, it's practical, but it's essential to our economy. The iOS market is valued at a whopping $200 billion. As demand continues to rise and supply remains constrained, iOS is expected to become an increasingly important component of institutional real estate portfolios. So my advice to you is go find the right land in the right location. There are simple opportunities that can be very transformative for your portfolio. And iOS is proof of that in 2025 and going into 2026. Well, that's it for today's video, folks, and thank you for watching. Now, if you're an iOS investor, I'd love to hear from you how it's going for you, what hurdles you had to overcome, and if you have any tips for us, please put it in the comments below. And for those of you watching, make sure you give us a like, and if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe.